Bet you don't know what today is. Bet you don't know what today is. Bet you don't know what today is. Yes, it's your two most favorite coaches who are empowering women through educating men. Now, if you've only seen them 26 times, that's your bad. You're going to have to run this back because we're celebrating 1 year. Yes, 1 year. That means 52 weeks. So it's episode 52. Showtime is right now. Now come get some of this analytical chaos with C. Morgan and King.
That's right. It's our 1 year anniversary. 1 year anniversary. 1 year. 1 year. Wow, that is amazing. It's amazing. We're gonna celebrate 1 year. We're gonna recap some things, and we're gonna really just dig into 1 year and then tell you it's been a year, and we've been consistent.
It's
1
a nice
year.
journey.
Yes, 1 year. So okay, let's get the introductions. Okay.
Hey everyone, I'm Steve Chiropractor Morton, your alignment coach.
And I'm King, your authentic coach. Let's do what we've been doing for a year. Go to the Father. That's why we've been longevity right there. So, Father, we just come to you thanking you for this 1 year. Father, thank you that you allowed us to be able to sustain the consistency of this podcast for 1 year. We know to you be the glory for that. We don't take the credit for that at all. And we thank you for the lives that have been changed through this past year. And we thank you for the lives that's going to be changed on the further years, Father. And we just give you all the praise and the glory. We still give this show to you. We still die to ourselves so that you can live through us. And we still want people to get something from this show, even today, that would change the trajectory of their lives and impact their lives for you, for the kingdom. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So let's get it started. Just one time, I had to do that one time. Let's get it started. Yeah, I gotta do one more time. Yeah, 1 year, we did it. Okay, all right. Okay, here we go. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna recap, really recap. We're gonna share, we're gonna be honest about this whole year. This wasn't, let's just put it this way, this wasn't easy at all. It wasn't. It was not easy. However,
It's been some real growth.
woo, we had some serious growth, bro. Literally, it's all I can say is to God really be the glory, because we went through some things. The most recent, and I hate to keep beating it like an old bag, but the most recent is, she had brain surgery, literally brain surgery, and then yet came back. God blessed her to come back. I had some things that happened with me, death in the family, just some mental things. A lot of stuff happened, but yet and still, we got on here every Wednesday to be consistent.
The baby.
The baby. Had a baby, had a baby. We probably missed 2, if that. But we was on here consistently because we wanted to make sure that people was encouraged, people was impacted, and that their lives can change, and that they could be their authentic self by something we saying, just sharing our life. So we have had some doozies. We had some guests. I think going forward in this new year, we're gonna have more guests. I believe we have established who we are. And if this is your first time looking at us, you got 51 more videos you can go back and look at on YouTube. And newly now, we on Facebook. And in the future, we're going to be doing Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So we're going to be on all 3 platforms live like this, because we feel like God has really gave us something to say for the people. And we know we're not called to everybody, but we feel like if we reach you, you can reach the rest of them. So that's how we look at it. So see, what can you think about this? Oh man, 1 year, man, consistency. Wow.
This is reflecting a whole year, especially. Yeah. I know for me in a development era is actually when we talk about staying in your uncomfort zones, for me, even being on camera. So doing a podcast, period, going through it and, just getting used to it. And that's what we talk about with people. When you stay in your uncomfortable zone, you will grow. You will continuously grow. And there's days I didn't want to do. I'm like,
did not want to.
Not today.
Not today. Can we go for 30 minutes today? Can we go?
Yeah.
Can we just make this a 45? Can we pre-record and you just say, yes, it was many days like that, and yet and still you press through. I like the fact that you press through, and now, like I said, you become real comfortable on camera. You're talking a whole lot more. You're very. It's like you found your zone in this podcast in the year's time. And again, you're right. That's a testament to. Sometimes you feel like you shouldn't do it because it makes you feel uncomfortable, but it's actually in that
Mhm.
uncomfortability is your breakthrough though. And so,
Right, I did. And to me, and it's funny you saying the recording part. See, the pre-recording is the easy way out.
right,
That would have been the easy way
right,
out for me not to face something that I was apprehensive even doing.
right.
So, but it was nice. I'm like, well, no, like we said, we don't tell you guys anything that we haven't done, or maybe something we haven't been facing, or what we're currently our current circumstance.
Circus say
What
right,
we're in. So I mean, we do our best being transparent
right.
in anything that we share with you guys. So that I would say that is one thing that I can say in the
Mm-hmm.
year. And you did mention the brain surgery that is ongoing, and even today was a very very rough morning. It was rough this morning. I mean, it's the pain, my head being really tight, actually, and not wanting to move. It was a rough morning,
Yeah,
and it was like
yeah.
I was like, really? Yeah, I have a rough morning this morning. I
On
have
the
to
anniversary.
get ready to do the right, get ready to do the podcast and everything. My body's just like, oh no, we're at war with you right now. So I'm at war with my body right now. While I'm talking to you right now, I am at war with my body right now.
Pressing through.
It is in it's yes, I'm in complete pain. My head is like when you tie your shoe too tight. That's what my head is feeling like right now. But how it's like your head is in a vice. People with the Chiaris and people who have migraines, they can relate. Or if you can relate having a bad headache one time or another, it's sometimes it is very challenging to even describe. What's going like half of my body right now is numb. Right now, I can't feel all of it. It's tingling. There's burning going on right now, but I'm still gonna smile and move through it because I don't want to let it to stop me. But I do listen to my body. I will lay down if need to be. But I was like, no, because at times if you don't succumb to it, sometimes it will feel better. Just like when we're in fear of something, especially when we're younger, we're afraid of the dark. And when you finally face being in fear, it wasn't as bad, or the room wasn't as dark as you thought it looked. That happened to me when I was younger, actually. The room wasn't as dark as it was, but my mind and my thoughts made it completely black. But then when I realized and calmed down some and not wasn't afraid of it, the room had the light from the street light coming in. So it wasn't as dark, but it was just the point of being afraid in the dark.
Right.
And that's how I feel with recovering and continuously moving from the brain surgery, from the recovery, is I'm going to continuously move and try to do things that will make me feel good, and just laughing. I mean, even
Right.
hearing CJ coming in, y'all don't know what time it is. It's like momentum. It's like energy. It makes
Yeah.
it changes your mood if you
He
allow
came
it.
through. He came through for
Yeah,
us.
he did.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so appreciative of him, and I'm very proud of him. How he's progressed
Consistent.
too, and
Yeah.
come through. He had his challenges and same things. Like we said, we have our own blind spots that we have and we work on, and it just feels nice. And to me, it's better smiling than grimacing right now, because it does take away, quote unquote, some of the pain away,
Right.
but it just makes you feel so much better. It's what I'm choosing to embrace. I'm choosing
Right.
to embrace, like we said, that positive aspect, something that you want to do. Because sometimes if you just go socialize just for a little bit, or talk to somebody that can make you feel better, or just change your thoughts that are coming in,
Right.
it does change how you feel. Because remember, it's what we put in. And you said a nice quote that you said about a paycheck and shackles and bonding. That's what came up to me. So if you don't allow yourself to be in that bondage and shackles, that just popped in. So it reminded me, it's like allowing yourself to be in shackles and bondage. And I think we have broken a lot of chains, and we still have more to break. But I think we broke a lot and wanted to connect with people, and just letting them hear our voice and our stories, and that we have and what we're doing, because we all have our own stories that the world needs to hear. whether you may not think it's important, but your journey and your gifts that you have traveling every day, just greeting somebody with a warm smile,
Yes.
especially now. I mean, we're in a season of being thankful in
Right.
that essence, being
Right.
thankful for what we have. And I always say, my situation can be worse. I'm thankful for my current condition, temporary condition. I always
Right.
current temporary condition, as it's going to impress, it's going to improve, and being very thankful of that helps me move forward too. And I just want to just remember, focus on what you are thankful for and what you can have some gratitude for. You're going to hear that a lot more, of course, as you're going into Thanksgiving, which
Right.
I wish and bless everybody and hope you're thankful you're
Yeah.
around people
Happy
come
Thanksgiving. Yes.
to you.
Yes.
Yes, that brings you happiness. And the biggest thing is peace. Please have peace during the holidays.
Please
That's
have
one
peace. Yes.
one big thing. And I think that's the thing as we've gone through the year, one thing, and the peace is that have another. It's like you listen, you learn, and you grow,
Right.
and you equate that to your peace, prosperity, and progress is how I equate it to. And I say that's what we have, and we're going to continue to doing this. I'm glad we actually start doing this. Like I
Right.
said, it's a lot of things we do to serve others, but it also has some type of nugget that how it's going to mutually benefit us to grow, to be better for the others that we serve.
Yeah. And the saying is, paychecks are the shackles of a common man. That's the saying. But see, what we never have talked about, and I want you to take time out to do it this time. We never talked
Was
about
that
Kiara. I don't know how to say it.
Kiara?
Kiara. See, some people, you say it and you run through it. You run through it a lot. You be like, I got Kiara. Good.
Oh.
You go on to the next thing. But some people really don't know what that is. So I want you to take time out to explain to people what it is. And then I want y'all to understand that for a year, she's been doing the show like that. And you could have never told. But because like she just said, it's a current temporary situation. God is healing her. She's going to get back. We talked about this last week. She's going to get back to swimming. God's going to completely make her whole. But for you all that doesn't know what she's passing through, and she's going to have a testimony, and God will get the glory out of it, I need explain to the ones who don't know. Because you said a lot, and some people don't know. I didn't know until you broke it down to me. I was like, what is
Well, I
that?
did a simple version of it.
Yeah.
Basically, my brain was in my spinal cord, is what it is. It's if you can imagine a donut, and the hole in the donut is not out. You have so much room in that donut for your brain stem to pass through. Mine was like this, like this. You can see there was no room for the brain fluid to flow through, so it caused some damage. And what it does is like friction that you have a constant rub, kind of like when you wear your shoe and that shoe just constantly rubs and rubs, and it starts to hurt. Sometimes rub your skin off. Well, that was like my brain stem against my skull. That hole, it's called a foramen magnum, where the hole goes through. Everyone has it, but my hole was too small for it to go through. As the years progressed on, it inflamed more, is what it did. So the inflaming it's basically like, okay, it's stuck. It can't go anywhere. So like you in a straight jacket and you can't move. So it's trying to move, but in that process, not being able to move, it's causing motor deficiency was what it's doing. So that's where I will get numb in one side. Is apparent as you having a stroke sometimes, is what it is automatically, but it's out the blue. You will whatever you're carrying, you drop. If you walk it, you're gonna almost fall because it just like when you say your leg gives out, that's like the side of the body that gives out. It was even you become so sensitive. You have, like I said, headaches. Like your head is in a vice, but it will not stop. Nothing alleviates it. It is brain crushing, is what it truly, truly feels like, and nothing you can do can stop it. It feels if you can do a visual picture of it, just imagine somebody getting beat to an inch of their life. That's what you feel like on the inside. Um, it's frustrating, even for ladies can understand this more. Even to even have your bra strap on your shoulder, that felt like somebody just stabbing you with a knife. sometimes, that it felt like I was carrying a 100-pound bag of rocks. Well, mind you, it's just your bra slap lightly on your shoulder. That's what it felt like. And as it progresses more, and they try different medicines to decrease the inflammation. Well, for me, I don't take a lot of medicine. I actually don't like taking medicine. I'll be straight transparent. I don't. I like holistic medicine is what I like to do. So the medicine will make me feel like a zombie, I don't like feeling like a zombie. I didn't like feeling like my quality of life has really decreased, because it did. It will stop you from socializing. People with Chiaris will have some depression also, because you tend to isolate, you tend to feel like a burden. And then when you're not able to do some things, people will not ask you to do them with you, because, well, she's not going to be able to do that, or he's not going to be able to do that, let's not invite her. And that is it's hurtful, because you're taking a choice away, that I can't participate in something. I still want to participate. And it's a fight saying, gosh, I can't participate, but I really want to. It's like, I know it already. It just hurts for someone to say it or not include you in something, or keep telling you what you're not able to do without trying your boundaries. So during that, and you can I've been blessed and grateful, only have to have one. It's a decompression surgery is what it is called, what I had. And what they did, part of my skull is missing. They took a piece of my skull, and they took my top cervical vertebrae, which is the top of your spinal cord. They took that off too, to allow room. So picture as a baby with a soft spot. That's what I have. There is no bone there. It is not growing back. It's not coming back. So that's what I have at the back of my head. So I really have to still be cautious in some things that I do, especially something that would jiggle you around at times. But it's the blood flow is an important thing. So at times your head would swell too. You literally feel your head swollen at times. And like I said, you try to massage it, you try to do things with it. But the Chiaris, in a sense, is it causes so many different symptoms. Excuse me. It's often misdiagnosed as multiple sclerosis. It could be ALS. It's diagnosed quite a bit because it resembles a lot of different other conditions. And Chiaris is so rare. To be honest with you, a lot more people have it than they know is diagnosed with an MRI. It's because the reason why a lot of people don't know you have it, because the symptoms aren't there. So I had it probably since I was a baby, to be honest with you. But I didn't know it because things weren't going on with the symptoms. So my symptoms start to progress. You get blurry vision. You can look at something and reading it fine, and then you can't even make out the words. Your driving is affected by it. So just imagine your whole independence being taken away by something you have no control over. None. When your body wants to do it, it's going to do it. Now, you do have the option and the choice and the control to put different thoughts in your head. But when your body wants to do something, you don't have no control. And that feeling of losing that control and that independence is so detrimental when you've gone at least 30, 40 years of your life with some independence, and it's decreased and taken away now. And that's something, living with it daily. The other thing too is the memory. What happens with your memory, especially short-term memory? You can say something really quick, and sometimes I won't even remember what you just said. I'm like, what did you say? Or I hear the first word, or I hear the last word. But it's just certain times of the day, certain times it happens. But it's just a reprogram and a rewiring, which you have to learn to do. It depends. Sometimes what you can get is a pressure. It can go, not a pressure. I syringe. I think it's a syringe. I can't say the word correctly, but it's more debilitating as it goes down your spine more, because it can be fatal at times if it's not caught in time, and you don't have a specialist that actually knows what they're doing. Not just you can't just use a neurosurgeon. That's great, a neurosurgeon, but if they don't know anything about Chiaris, you can be affected by it. I know I actually met someone recently who was affected by it, messing in her brain, and someone who wasn't really, to me, qualified to actually work on her. She now has narcolepsy. Her jaw is actually, her jaw is like moved over some from the brain, from them working in there. But the caries, in a sense, it causes so many things where some people, you can't see, as we say, we have an invisible injury. I can be walking around like now, but I might need more time. As a day, I will slow down. My my leg will be. It's kind of like, well, I don't ever want anyone ever happen, but it's kind of like your knee got shattered when you're walking, or it locks real tight when you're trying to, like pliers, when you open them up all the way and you have it there and it doesn't close at all. That's what your knee feels like. I mean, you'll just be sitting for less than 2 minutes and you can't even get up and move your knee because it's locked at times with the caries. I mean, I don't like talking about it a lot of times. I'm gonna be transparent. I will talk about it, but it's like, people, you don't want people to have pity on you. It's like you educate. But it's like, sometimes it's like, let me do things that I can. But when we're saying that, the thankful part of it, I'm thankful, like I said, my current situation that I have, because some people that have this, they're not able to walk. Some can't even see anymore. Some can't talk, and that aspect of it. So when I think about that, it breaks my heart. But we still talk in the group, is the fact we always do say it can be worse. We can have another factor of this. We can have another level of it. The biggest thing is our brain fluid cannot get through. It's like a cork was in my hole that it couldn't help.
Mm.
Besides, surgery was the last result, and I didn't do that right away. Probably 2 years,
Mm.
because I wasn't a candidate at first. And even when you're trying to get help, just because you get evaluated for it too, they'll say, "Oh, you still can do this. You can still do that. You're not limited." Well, I have good days and I have better days. Like
Yeah.
I said, there's times when you just cannot get out the bed. You want to, your body does not allow you to get out the bed. And that is something that is tough at times, yes, when you're feeling this way. And just having, the biggest thing too is having that support and people around you to help you.
Right.
Even cooking. Um, this was very, 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 that is still, geez, to even feed yourself sometimes. I struggled to feed myself sometimes, to lift the fork up and put it to my mouth. That that's still hard at times.
Yeah.
To feed yourself, to be worried if you're going to take a shower. Am I gonna fall? Is my body gonna give out? Just going to take a shower. You have to help. You go through where you have to have help. Sometimes it's like you're young, but you need caregivers, like nursing homes. You go through that. In that aspect of it, it's like, okay, then we talk about fear quite a bit, and that fear did sit and set because it was safety for me. Can't not I'm restricted, limited to go on walks by myself. It's like, you can't do. It's like you're an adult but you're a child again, because of the safety that you need around you at times when you're, especially, you're not aware, you're just learning about what's going on with you and understanding it. The biggest thing, the hurdle, as we talk now, is accepting it. What And that's how we talk in life, when we talk about accepting things that out of your control, and what are you going to think about it and do. And that's one of the biggest things with Kiara, is it's a daily. I'm a daily warrior, warrior of Kiaris in that aspect, because you do literally have to fight. And I don't want anyone to say that if they have other conditions that they're fighting with and recurring. I'm not trying to limit or say that's worse than what I have. Because to me, in every condition, there are different levels of it and different degrees, especially throughout the day, which you have. But I would say a lot of times the biggest visual picture I can give you is like being beat an inch of your life. If you can imagine the pain from that and walking around with that every day, but have a smile on your face and still do activities and laugh, that's something that people with Chiari's do quite a bit, and I'm sure with some other conditions. But that's my experience. What I go through, that's what it feels like. Um, and it's a continuous. I pray, I have my faith, have support, but as they continue, your hearing loses. You can't hear as you well before too. So it's those are just many different anything that you can think of that can happen to you, because there's such a long list of symptoms that occurs. I mean, it even goes to the point where some people can't even control their bladder. So, like I'm saying, it's like you're resorting back to a baby,
Mm.
where you're learning how to use your bodily functions. You're retraining yourself sometimes. So a lot of that you have to some go through that. The different
Mm.
levels with people with Chiari's.
Mm.
And let me know if I wasn't clear in some parts of it.
No, no, no. No, see, you was very, very, very clear. And the fact that you said all that you go through, that is happening on a continuous basis, even right now, even during the times where we do other things with the team, but yet and still you do not let that stop you. Again, we have been doing this show for a year, and I'm trying to share with the people that this is what you've been doing for a year on the show, constantly, sometimes in pain, but yet and still you're pouring out. Not talking about what's going on. That's why I say we never talked about it, but that's why I say let people know exactly, because see, sometimes somebody got to see that sometimes what looks like easy or look like successful, it's a price with it. It's sometimes you're gonna have to pay a price to be as successful as you want to be, and sometimes it's gonna be pain. But sometimes you gotta understand, and that with you, you're showing. If you're the epitome of showing that God graced you for things such as this, and like you said, this is a current, temporary, because it's not gonna always be like this. We believe in the miracle of God. We believe in the supernatural. We do. And like I said, you see it. For me personally, I believe y'all see the supernatural every time we have a show. And that is in C.
Mhm.
Every time she get on, she says she has short-term memory, but yet and still she can tell me and we can converse back and forth for an hour on the show. That's why I say you seeing the supernatural hand of God and you seeing her deliverance walk out in front of us. So I'm glad we got it recorded so we can say, go back to the year anniversary episode and see what she said, but then look at today now that she's made whole and she's here. And remember, we said God was going to heal her, because sometimes people, this generation, have to see evidence of God.
Yeah,
And I get it. I get it. Trust me, I get it, because you done seen so much fakeness and inauthenticity in inauthentic people. So I get it.
right.
You have to see the evidence of God. Some people don't get it that you waking up and breathing is evidence of God. Some people need a little bit more. But we literally have evidence of God on this show right now. See, talking, doing this show is the evidence of God's supernatural power. It's
You
evidence.
said breathing. That's even a
Breathing.
challenge. It feels like when you're walking and trying to breathe, it feels like you have a knife in your chest, middle of your chest, going through your back. It's a pain that takes your breath away.
Yeah.
And you have to learn breathing exercises to get through it. But I've even went to the point of thinking I'm having a stroke
Mm-hmm.
and going to the ER. They don't find anything wrong. I have the EKG and go through all that.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's wrong. They can scientifically see, especially running blood tests and all that.
Yeah.
But it's just something that I mean, it was so bad, the breathing. I mean, I don't like going to the ER either. I don't like, I don't either. But that for me to go to the ER, it has to be very, very bad
Yes.
for me to go to the ER. And it was okay. What's going on? And people say, how you feel like an elephant is on your chest. It just felt like I was being crushed. It was heavier than an elephant, along with the pain of the knife going to your back. I mean, you're just walking, and I could be laughing right now, and all of a sudden, like that,
Yeah.
your your pain has gone from a 5 feels like to a 5,000,
Mm.
just like that, or instantly you start getting dizzy, because I have some orals at times. If I start getting dizzy or I start getting hot, a lot of times my pain is coming. Like that's how I've learned to read my body. It's coming. So I have to prepare. What am I doing? Or am I pushing myself? That's one thing that I do have to, that I work on daily, is pushing myself, pushing through. Even pouring, like I said, pouring out what's going on, and doing things that I know is going to better me and that will help someone else. Like the book behind me, The Hope Ignited, that actually helped during my process of writing. In that book too, that helped the process through, because it was uprooting. Because on top of it, when you have anxiety, and this is like daily things, but your anxiety is immensely elevated, immensely. And you start thinking, like we say in life that we have, I can't do the things I used to do. That's okay, because now you can find it ways to even do it better if you look at it that way. But you have to accept you can't do it the way you used to do it. You just have to, like I say, realign yourself to where you are able to do that in many aspects like we do daily in our lives. Well, this was, like I said, this wasn't the right solution for this problem or issue or concern, so I'm going to have to find another one.
Right.
And that determination to pull through it and do things, and like I was saying, through me, I can't do all things through Christ. I can do all things. I put my mind to it. I can do all things if I literally believe and have the faith to do so. I can't just verbalize it out of my mouth. Like some people say, you may be feeling on something different on the inside than showing it outside, but internally, you have to believe it. It has to sink. It has to be seamless.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. When people say, "How are you feeling today?" I'm doing great. That might not be how I'm feeling, but it is a truth. I am feeling great, because I can be doing worse right now. I could be not being able to say, "Have a good day. Thank you very much for your help. I am appreciative of you." I could not be able to do that. Maybe I might not even be here. So I am having a great day. Every day that I'm able above ground and can breathe is a great day.
Yes.
So I'm going to claim it is a great day that I am having
Yes.
for that. And it's even the fact of being, the little things that we don't say what we're thankful for. Be thankful that you have control of your body. Be thankful you have, and what I mean by control of your body is, as I was saying, sometimes, as different levels of this condition, you can't even control your bladder. I mean, especially as an adult, especially now when people have to wear briefs, that's humiliating to them. We think that's only as you get older, but being in a car accident, it does damage. You got your bodily organs inside you. That pressure does damage. Now, that's a physical aspect of it, but we got to understand we do damage ourselves with the thoughts that we're doing. Everything we're doing, it will affect a different body part inside. Different body part. It will shut you down. It will encase you, encapsulate you, like you're in a pill. So are you going to crack your capsule open and breathe and live and let it pour out? Or are you going to stay up in, as we said before, that cocoon that we stay in? Yeah, it's going to get ugly inside that cocoon. We're going to change. We're going to be completely different. We're going to dissolve and we're going to shed. But I have to continually do that. That process has to keep happening. It cannot be just one time and we're the one and done. It's not one and done. It's like I have to keep doing that. I'm going to have to keep shedding things out, redoing again, dissolve, start from the quote unquote bottom. But it's not the bottom. It's just the bottom of that current level, that current situation. That's all that is. So you're going to continuously grow and walk in your different levels of reshedding yourself, redefining yourself. It's going to be so much better. So when you say you hit the bottom, embrace that bottom. You're right. I did hit bottom because I'm showing I am elevating to the next level. That's your progress. You have in your life and your daily self to listen, learn, and grow. Like I said, that prosperity that you have, that progress that you have, what are you instilling in that? And the traditions, you have an avenue to go beyond, God's great beyond. You can only go as far as you imagine. If you're not imagining it, then you're calling yourself short. You're not imagining or seeing it. It's your own fault. Because you're limiting yourself with your vision, with your beliefs. You're not staying focused. To me, there are no limits. The only limit is the one that you put on yourself. And that's how I am when the doctors tell me, "Oh, you're not going to be able to do this ever again." Okay, that's you telling me that, not me doing that. I'm going to find a way. Just like you're saying, people aren't able to walk again. They're able to, that's what the wheelchairs are for. That's what prosthetics are for. There are other alternatives. It's how you're going to embrace what's being told to you. What are you going to do? And I think for me, that I sit and thinking back, I think it's the breakthroughs. It's that every level. And I'm glad at times, like I said, I will hit the bottom, but I'm not going to stay there because that means I'm constantly going to another level. As we say, many blessings come with more obstacles.
Mm-hmm.
Many blessings come with more, as they say, problems. I don't say problems. I say more concerns and more growth developments. That's what comes with the blessings. But remember to embrace and be grateful for that blessing that you had. No matter how ugly that package looks, it can be a broken box with shattered glass in it. But that could be your blessing. Those are pieces you have to take out and utilize. It's many pieces, it's not one whole. So you have many pieces that go to different parts of your life that you might have prayed for, that's coming to you now. But you have to be ready for that piece. Let me just give this piece and see how you do with this piece. Okay, I'm going to bring the other pieces together. Then what you have after that? You have that complete masterpiece that you have, that you prayed for it, but you're ready for it now. Not your timing, it's his timing, but you play part in that timing though. Because if you didn't sit there and I give you this gift, I wanna do this, I wanna do that. Okay, here you go. What are you gonna do with it? It's like you get caught in I want this, I want that. Right now, as you were saying before, King, the microwave society as we have, well, I'm giving you everything you want now. What you gonna do with it? What you gonna complain about now? You gonna gripe about something now? Now you have it. Now you say, I have all this and I don't know what to do. But you were so prepared. It was so woe is me at times. It was this person's doing this person's doing that. I'm listening to this judgment. I'm listening to that judgment, this person's opinion. But where were you at? You all lost in the sauce. Where are you at? Mm-hmm. Pick yourself up to be on top of that. You're the main ingredient because you control the taste that you want to savor in your mouth. That's what the words that you pour out. That's what the belief that you have, the breath that you inhale and exhale, you are all in control of that. And being thankful for that. You have spiritual wealth that you need to cash in daily, because it's there daily. Start cashing in your wealth that was already been given to you.
Yep. That's good. We gonna keep going. I think, you know what? I just as you was talking, people have never got a chance to get to know who me and you are and literally what we do. And so I'm glad they're getting a chance to see you, hear you, because the validity of what we do for people is because of our experience. It's not, don't get me wrong, I do not knock school. I'm in school right now. I do not knock education. I don't. But I'm telling you, it's the life experience that gives you validity. I promise you. I don't want to hear from you if you've never been through what I've been through. And you don't.
School of life.
It's school of life. I can't really rock with what you're saying to me because you give me an opinion base. That's why I'm very careful about saying what I would have done if it had been me. I don't know what I've done. It's not a way I can say what I would have done and what I would have did, because it wasn't me. It wasn't me. So that I come away from that, because a lot of people like to say that, man, if it was me, if it was you, what? You probably would have ran. I used to say a lot of time, man, if I was Adam, I wouldn't have ate that apple. I wouldn't have ate that. Well, I ain't gonna say ate the fruit. I ain't gonna fall into religion. I wouldn't have ate the fruit that Eve gave. But guess what? Actually, I'm eating fruit every day that God has forbidden me. Because why do I say that? Because every day we sin. We without sin every day. So it's forbidden things, and the fruit that God, it's a tree and a fruit on the tree that God told me don't touch, but I'm touching it every day. So that's why I say we got to be careful of what we say we wouldn't do within. But to see and to hear you, because we're going to go right back, to hear you give this testimony, because you don't do this, and we're going to do it. To hear you give this testimony, to hear you give this testimony about the different things, and then giving, not only when giving your testimony, you giving the processes and how you get out of the things, and you giving steps to overcome better than to sink in. So you pretty much, if you follow along, I'm gonna sum this up to you. Pretty much what she was saying to you was this: Yes, she can complain. Yes, she could back down, but no, she's steadily using all the pain and developing processes to get her through, not only for her, but for other people that come along in her life. And that's literally what she does for our team. She really, that's why we call her the chiropractor, she's the alignment coach, because she literally looks at the things that we're doing and she gets us in order, literally. But why is she able to get us in order? Because of her life and what she's doing and what she's going through right now. She has to adjust certain things, and she doesn't accept no for an answer. She doesn't accept I can't. You can't tell her that. And like literally, we used to tell her we can't do that. Yes, we can. Change your dictionary. She tell us all that in the meetings we have, and then we would say we'll try. She said eliminate try. You gonna do. Why did she say that? Why is she more motivated? Because she's doing what she's telling us every single moment of her life. They'll tell her she can't go walking, she can't do this, and she's doing it. They telling her, you know, you may fall, you shouldn't try that. She's gonna do it anyway. She just showed you, okay, if I had to get a prosthetic, it ain't gonna stop me from accomplishing what I need to accomplish. If I had to get a wheelchair, it's gonna get done. No matter what, it's gonna get done. So that's what I'm saying. When you hear her speak, and she speaks from you can, you should, you are, that's because she's doing it every second of her life. And it ain't like, yeah, she got 2 masters, she got all that stuff, she got all the paperwork y'all need as far as that checkoff list. But her life is the most valuable thing she has, and that she gives, and that she shares with us, and that she shares the knowledge from. We clash. I'm the one to go in, I do. I do get on everybody, and I be like, man, you should have been done, did this. But she is the one that literally lines us all up. Me, Colt, CJ, Andre, Bridget, Ray, all of us, Valerie, lines us up and say, okay, because we just had a meeting yesterday, actually, about something we about to do. We'll share it later about something we about to do that's going to be very great. Vision board party, but we're going to do it to put a twist to it. But she was the one that said, y'all talking, but ain't nobody writing nothing. And so we had to look at it, and she said, this is what y'all saying y'all going to do. That's what she do. She gets us all in line. But guess what? That's because she lives it every day of her life, aligning her deliverance from Kiara's, because she's walking it out. She's not quitting. She's not accepting it. She said, okay, this is what God has given me. I know God's going to do it. She said it. I can do all things through Christ Jesus that strengthens me. And she believes it. Like she said, it's one thing to say something, but it's another thing to believe it, what you're saying. It's another thing to internalize what you're saying. And she believes it. So when you hear me say, see what you think, it's cause I know she's going to give us what we need. I know she's going to speak from a place of experience for a long time. Longevity. She has longevity in this. And a lot of people have counted her out, but she's still standing. She has walked away from a lot of things and walking away from things right now. You don't think it hurt? Yeah, it hurt. But she's still standing. She's still going. She's giving us without an excuse. So that's why I say, I think people need to get to know who we are. We don't really share. We share our bits and pieces of it because we ain't got enough time. It's only an hour show. We don't got no time to tell you the whole life, but we do this part though. I believe this was a blessing to whoever watching, whoever's gonna watch it, to hear you testify about what you are actually going through right now and what you have been going through the year. Every time we got on her every week, in the midst of it, many times you got on her in pain, straight pain.
Yeah.
And before I turn the camera, before I go hit the go live button, you say, all right, I'm gonna get through. And you come with a smile and you smile through the show, and we get off the show and you grimace like, oh, it hurt. I tried. Literally, right. But did nobody know? Because what we get, it was so important to you to give the people an answer to what they've been asking, to give people a way out, to show people a process, to show people how to manage their lives, how to change the trajectory of their lives. It was so important to you to do that in spite of your own pain. You made sure you got on the show. And see, that's what people miss. You never know what a person is really going through. You can go back and look at every show we looked at. You all did not know until today, a year later, that she was on the show giving you everything you need that you can apply right now. And you used it. And then you tell me, that's why I guess that's why I go so hard on people when they give me excuses. I don't want to hear excuses. One of my business partners is literally in pain doing this stuff and people. Okay, listen. Listen, we go. This gonna be the C show, so we gonna say it's gonna see. We highlighted C on the year, but no, we do. We need to do that because listen, watch this. You not only see. That's one thing to be in pain, but then to go through the motions. You're not going through the motions. You literally giving everything, and it's not no. You give answers that literally make people money. Hello, she just helped somebody make $10,000 not too long ago. So it's like. And she was in pain doing that. So it's not like she's faking like just, getting through it. It's like she give y'all, go back and look at the shows. Now, when you go back and look at the shows, you probably gonna be like, oh my God, she was in pain. And we ain't saying do that now. Go back and look. But I'm just trying to show you. We don't want you to feel sorry for her. We want you to pray for her, though. Pray for her and come in agreement with her, all of us. As our team, we come in agreement that she's going to be made whole. So come in agreement with us. We love prayer because we believe in the power of prayer. We know God is supernatural. We believe that. But that's all we're trying to show you. We're just trying to show you that you have no excuse. She's on a live show. We live. This ain't pre-recorded. And y'all know how we done had some blips when we done went off the show and call you back. Hey, we back. But we live.
We should have some bloopers to be able to show.
I forgot about it. We should have some. Boy, we got some, though. We got some. We got some.
You can see some of that, like you said, us doing live. You see that they're in live as we're doing. We just kept going. And the thing that we like to show you guys, too, is, I'm talking about positive mindset and pushing through. But there's been days, yes, I had to go through it. I was writing, I journal, I write my thoughts out so to get them out so they're not sit there manifesting and rooting. I write my thoughts out. I was writing, and what do you know? All of a sudden, I can't even see what I'm writing. So I got frustrated. I threw the book. I was mad. I threw the book. I was like, this was shortly after my surgery. And it's frustrating because it's like it's showing me. It's like saying to me, I told you can't do it. I told you you're going to be like this for the rest of your life. And I'm like, I have my moments. I'm still human. I'm still going to go through it. But I was like, you know what? You can have this moment, but you're not going to take my lifetime. You can have this moment, but I'm going to have the next moment. Crazy. I'm going to let it out. I'm going to release it. You can have that, but you're not having the rest. So you have to do that. And that is fun, to think in that way. I'm like, okay, with my life, what I'm going to give, what am I going to release? So I got to release, then I can just give in that aspect. And that's what we want to give to you. It's the love that we love serving and helping people. And we do put people before ourselves, but we have boundaries that we do that. When we say we serve, we do that forever. And our team, and, thank you. Hey, Bridget, thank you for saying, the story is powerful and your inspiration, but our team is an inspiration for me too. We all help each other with our gifts that we have. We play our parts. And we play them well. We lean on each other. Yeah. We're all, we're all mighty towers. But our towers, we have levels in them. And our towers, some floors we go to, we got to hit that elevator to get right back off it. Like, no, we're on that floor today. We're gonna be on our top floor. We got to get back up there. So as a team, we do equip each other with our gifts. And that's what we're saying with you guys. You have your gifts that you equip. We say the superpowers. We say your geniuses that you have. We all have these because there's no one else like us. So if we take ourselves out of the picture, isolate ourselves out of this world from the woe is me, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, what are you giving back? You're dying. You're being this outer shell with nothing inside. You're walking around. Right. Why are you walking aimlessly when you have all that inside you that's been quote unquote pre-programmed? Right. You have everything you need. You have your weapons. Yep. You're equipped with all the weapons you have. You just have to ignite them. Right. You have to program them. You have to arm them. You have to use them. You have to fire them. Use your weapons. Fire them in life. Fire them to ignite the gifts that you have. We just have to say we have a huge inventory that we probably were not ever all use, but they're options. If we chose this path to go down, there's a weapon for that we're going to come up against. There's a weapon for it. There's wealth for it, but we have to choose it and use it. that we have. We're armed. We have a whole arsenal armed with everything we have. When we were created in the womb, we knew, we were already programmed. This is your purpose. This is what I'm giving to you right now. What you're gonna do with it. But we have to be prepared. We have to groom the stages of, oh, that baby's cute. It's cute what they're doing. It is as an adult, as you grow, if you reflect and you try to have that same perspective, you give the baby patience. Give yourself as an adult as you change those, like I said, different levels and different developments. Give yourself that grace because you're learning stuff all over again. It's something new, and it's not over. Like I said, it's something new that's good for you, but don't be afraid to attack it. Don't be afraid to be happy with it instead of being afraid. I mean, it's like when you're walking into that nice warm ray of sunshine, that feeling that you get, it feels like wholesome at times. It's nice to feel that way. Nice to feel that warmness, that embrace that you have. And to understand that you have that daily, you just have to embrace it and see it. I need you to think about that. Embrace it and see it. Take it, especially now with the family that you have during the seasons. And the season is not the only day to reach out to people that you don't even talk to, or talk to family, or have a facade of, I'm going to talk to you now and then, and quote unquote, when it's a funeral or something comes around, we shouldn't meet like this, but that's when you meet. Don't give flowers just don't give flowers just when you're dead. Give flowers when you're alive.
You're alive, right?
Because you lost your chance now. Yeah. Don't lose your chances,
right,
to build and have the relationships. Now, if the relationships are bad, I need you to jump that ship. If they're bad and abusive and not good for you.
Real quick. Yeah, abusive, please. Mentally, emotionally, and physically. Whether it's just one of the three or all three, jump the relationship. Oh, and thank you, sweetie, for telling us happy anniversary. Bridget telling us happy anniversary. Like Bridget, like I say, Bridget is like the mother of our group. She's wise, real wise. We really need her sometimes. And you know what? Even though Bridget disappears from us, we know Bridget got us on her mind when she come back, because she's always trying to figure out a way for us to do what these other people are doing, and because she know we are very valuable, and we have something to offer of wealth of knowledge when we together. So glad you see Bridget on here, and I thank everybody. Like I said, let me go back to something. She said you're not like us. That's not being said in a cocky way. It's saying that's the truth. We're not like you. You're not like us. And that's a good thing. For so long, when people used to say that, you're not like me, people took that as a negative tone, and it shouldn't have been. That's a great thing not to be like someone, because what you are individually is powerful. And we just heard C's testimony. And if you didn't hear it, go back from the beginning, you'll see it. And then you better understand everything that we're saying right now. You are powerful by yourself as an individual. You have something to give. You have something to offer the world. You did not come to this world empty. You're supposed to die empty of what was put inside of you from birth, from before the foundation of this world. Now, you have something inside of you that is very valuable and priceless and ready to be given to the world. We need you to do it as your authentic self. Not as me, not as C, not as Bridget, not as Andre, not as none of the other coaches we know or the people we roll with. Do it as you. Like I said, we love it. If God tear in the creek don't rise, we're gonna keep going for years with this podcast. No matter what God does in our lives, and God is doing great things in all of our lives. This podcast for us is it's really like a foundation. It's the foundation that has really turn things around for a lot of people. We don't tell you everything. That's one day we're going to have a show like that, testimony, how this show helped you. We may do that, but then again, no, we're not. Yeah. That's like everybody else. We don't want to be like everybody else. We got our own lane. But literally, though, let me get back on track. You are an individual that is powerful. You are an individual that has a gift and a purpose on your life that is meant to be shared. And you, like she said earlier, you can't allow the negative things of life to stop you and punk you out, make you stop your whole agenda. You got to keep going. Yes, you're going to have moments. She shared that too. She had her moments. Yes. We all have our moments. Have the moments, but don't let, that was powerful what she said. We're going to make a t-shirt. Have the moment, but don't make it for life. Have the moment, but
Right.
don't make it a lifestyle. It's because you're gonna have it. So press forward, go forward in this thing. In this year, if anything I can say in this year, so is please do not give up on you. Don't give up on you. I don't care
Love you.
what you have been going through, what has happened in your life, and what has been going on. Please don't give up on you. And then as I'm closing, because I'm done out of this, happy Thanksgiving. Be thankful. Be at peace. And when your family members try to bring up your past, don't give them the same answer. Just walk away. Because you know that's not who you are. A lot of times, that's family members, that's the only thing they got to hold on to. And then because they never did nothing else in life. I'm starting to learn that. They just hold on to things because they haven't did nothing in life. And that's okay. Love on them and say, okay, that's where you at. Love them where they at and help them grow and keep going forward. The best thing you can do is keep going forward. And that's what I could tell you. Keep going forward. We said that last week. Keep on moving, don't stop. If I had that video, I would play it. But I don't think I have it. If I got it, but y'all gonna see it in a minute if I got it. Keep on moving, don't stop. Cause that thing is just powerful to me. The keep on moving part. But that's what I have. See what you got for the people as we close. And thank you so much, C, for being so transparent and sharing your testimony and what you went going through. It was powerful. I'm glad the people got a chance to really hear you, to hear you, how powerful you truly are and how you depend on God despite of what you're going through. So as of always, what you got for the people to close out?
I mean, and overall, like I said, in the year we've been doing this has taught us a lot. It's taught more about a team and how you value people and just understanding you're a piece of a masterpiece. You're a piece of it. And when you have, we say like-minded people, which you say a lot, but when you find your tribe, run with your tribe. Because your tribe is going to protect you. There's not going to be any jealousy. You each are going to flourish. There's going to be times where you feel you're not putting in the work that you should be, but however, we all got to take a break. Quote unquote, not break. It's just time for yourself sometimes, and me time, when it appears at times we're not as involved, but actually we're evolving, we're shedding again. As we said before on one of the other shows about the butterfly, we're going through that metamorphosis. So we're going through that crystallysis as we do. And I just, like, as you know, people say, I'm gonna wait for the new year to start new things. I want you to start in a moment. Just start in this moment and just really reflect on what you can be thankful for and gracious for that you have in your life. And if you haven't told someone you appreciate them, that goes such a long way, especially when you're always asking and not realizing you're asking a lot from them. A lot of times a thank you will help. So just thank someone that you maybe not have thought about thanking. It might not be intentional, but just thank someone and tell them how much appreciative you are them in your life.
Yes. And being that it's Thanksgiving and this is the 1 year and we celebrating because I found the video. I'm going. After this video is the benediction, but I want y'all to enjoy yourself, enjoy this holiday, and just keep on moving. Let's go to the Father. Father, I thank you right now for every single person that watched this podcast tonight. Father, I pray Psalms 91 over their life. I pray that no evil shall befall them. No plague shall come to their dwelling, that 1,000 may fall at their side, 10,000 at their right, but only with their eyes would they witness destruction. I thank you for the angels encamped around about them. And I thank you most importantly that they abide under the shadow of your wing. Father, I thank you that no weapon formed against them will prosper. Every tongue that rises up against them shall fail. And Father, I plead the blood of Jesus over them right now. And Father, we thank you for this time that you have set aside for us to empower the people and to educate the people, Father, and that they will be even better after hearing this podcast, and that their life will be in a true trajectory of their authentic self. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.